Good evening or good day, wherever you are, light warriors and starseeds. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. I am the avatar known as Kimberly Palm. I say that because that's not my real name. That's not my soul name. It's just the name of this avatar that you see in front of you that is occupying space on Mother Gaia right now. So, welcome. Last week I did not do a video. I was actually the guest on another channel, and it's interesting. I had a lot of trolls attack me on that channel, and the host did not remove the troll remarks because apparently she doesn't do that. So it's got lots of negative troll remarks. I actually posted that video in the posts on this channel. So if you go to this channel to the posts, you will see that interview that I was on. The reason I haven't done a video in quite a while is actually because I've been going through an extremely dark night of the soul. Yep. Another dark night of the soul. I've had many in my lifetime. I'm sure you all have as well, because we're all humans, and that's the shit that we have when we live in a 3D fear-based planet. So, sorry, my back is just not happy today. So I have been going through a lot of trauma lately. I was horrifically traumatized in the last few weeks or so by my test results that I got back. So I had put off getting test results for the last 3 or 4 years because I didn't like the idea of having a bunch of blood taken out of me, because you don't know what they're doing with it and that kind of thing. And my husband kind of pressured me to go and get all my tests done to see what was going on. And actually, I wish I would have gone and gotten this checked every year for the last 4 years, because now I've got really horrific shit going on, in addition to my back being a constant nightmare. So I'm not going to talk to you all about what's going on with me because it's my personal health information, and it's nobody's freaking business. Really, I just want you all to know that I spent the last 2 weeks being extremely anxious almost every day, and crying a lot, and really upset, not getting any emotional support from anyone in my family at all. They've been just like zero empathy, like zero, like literally NPCs, like complete NPCs, no support emotionally. So I've been spending a lot of time crying and upset. But as a result of my really bad blood tests, all I can tell you all is make sure you go get your annual physical and your blood tests every year, because God forbid something bad happens, you will be kicking yourself later. If you don't do it, you'll be, I wish I would have gotten it sooner. So now I have a crisis I have to deal with. I've had to completely do a 360-degree turnaround with my life, my diet, supplements I'm taking, vitamins I'm taking, all kinds of stuff. I've had to do radical changes. And I've been under so much extreme stress. It's just been horrific, the amount of stress that I've been through the last few weeks of my life. It's kind of like almost like having a small nervous breakdown, because the anxiety is just over the roof. And normally I'm a very calm person. The only time I get anxiety is what you call situational anxiety, like you're late to catch your airplane or the bus, or you have to get up on a stage and speak in front of 500 people. That's typically when I would get anxious, unless the solar, what do you want to call it, flares were like freaking out, and we had huge coronal mass ejection hitting the earth, and then maybe I'd have like unusual anxious feeling for no reason at all, like no reason. But this last 2 weeks I've been really anxious about my health because I've been super worried and upset, and worried about what future I may have, if any. So yeah, it's just because according to the blood tests, you know, the medical professionals have nothing but horrible, terrible things, you know, to say about that. Just they have bad things to say. According to Yeshua, they are full of shit. So I'm going to have faith in Yeshua for now. But I am still, I had to make really radical changes. So I'm going to fess up to all of you guys because I'm a human, and maybe this will be helpful to some of you and you can identify with it. But I've been talking about what I call an ascension diet for a long time, which, just so you all know, I don't eat fast food at all, ever. I haven't eaten fast food in many, many years. I don't eat fast food. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't even do marijuana. I don't do any of that. I'm, for the most part, eat mostly organic. There's one problem I have, one vice I have. So I don't have any bad habits. I don't have anything negative I do in my life. Like some people have gambling. I don't have any addictions. I'm not addicted to cigarettes or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. Except I do have one, I don't know if you call it an addiction. It's a problem I have, and that is food, especially carbohydrates and sugar. So how I deal with all the stress in my life, because I'm a human, and especially since the COVID pandemic, actually before that even, because I moved many hundreds of miles away from where I lived most of my life. I left where I had all my friends and where I raised my children, and I moved like 400 miles away from there. And that was extremely stressful. And then once I got to the new place, I had stress getting everything established. And then the COVID thing happened immediately after that. And I got laid off of my full-time job with the COVID pandemic. And then I started doing full-time spiritual work with people again, which I used to do before I took that full-time job for a while. And it's just been stressful because since the beginning of the pandemic, actually before the pandemic, we had a lot of stress over my mother-in-law who had dementia. We were stressing out over her, and we had to move her 400 miles to where we were and put her in a dementia care clinic. And that was really upsetting, and it wasn't good with her. She had a really bad demise the way she went out. And so that was really stressful. And then the pandemic happened, and she actually was one of the first people to pass away from COVID at the very beginning of the pandemic. She was literally one of the very first people to have that. So she was in a nursing home where one of the nurses went to Wuhan, China, and brought back COVID and killed half the people in the nursing home, I guess. So that was stressful. And then throughout the whole pandemic, I had my husband literally threatening to divorce me if I didn't get one of the hokey pokeys. My kids saying they were planning my funeral, and all three of them saying, if you don't get a hokey pokey, you're going to die. You're going to die. And they would say that over and over again. I wound up getting that corona thing. I've had it twice. It was just a really bad cold. Did I die? No. Did I go to a hospital? No. But they continued to harass me. And for the last several years, since even before COVID, but especially since COVID started, they've harassed me pretty much regularly, calling me a crazy conspiracy theorist. And I'm sure you guys can all identify with that. You all have families. I've had many of you write to me and tell me you are in the same boat where your entire family has disowned you and they think you're crazy and want to lock you up. And, they've threatened that to me as well. We're going to lock you up. We think you've lost your mind and we think you're part of a cult. And I just laughed at them and said, no, assholes, I'm the cult leader, damn it. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I came to this earth as a leader. So if there was a cult, I would be the leader, but this is not a cult. I'm just a spiritual teacher. I don't expect a cult following. I do not want a cult following. I think it's disgusting. I think cults are disgusting. I'm not into that. I don't want fame. I don't want, material objects, whatever. I'm not interested in any of that. So, but they're always saying that I'm part of a cult. They say that anybody who supports the dude running the United States right now is in a cult. Anyone who wears the MAGA hat is in a cult, blah, 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 blah. I just ignore it. Anyways, so I've had all that stress the last several years, and how I have personally dealt with it is by eating lots of chocolatey cookies and cakes and pies, not just chocolate, but just cookies, cakes, pies, ice cream. I especially love ice cream, eating like entire quarts of ice cream. I can literally sit and do that. So I've eaten really bad, and then eating a lot of breads, eating a lot of pasta, just eating carbs, because how I deal with stress is carbs and sugar and chocolate, because it gives me serotonin in my brain and makes me feel better and not feel so depressed and anxious and all that kind of thing and stressed out. So I'm a human, just like you are, and that's what I've done. Well, other than that, I've eaten really clean, organic diet, no fast food, no seed oils, no alcohol, none of the things that are really deadly, no smoking. And so I got these blood tests back and they were really bad. So I had to change everything. And so I sat and I had a talk today for a long time with Yeshua, and I asked him things like, why did this happen to me? So in the book, The Real Fountain of Youth, in the book, the Ascension 101 book that I wrote, I have a whole chapter on why do people get sick? Why do people die? And it's different for each and every person. Some of us have sicknesses because we're supposed to be healers. It's called the healer's journey. You learn how to heal it, and then you turn around and teach other people how to heal it. And I've gone through hundreds of things in my life that I've had to heal over and over and over again myself, because big pharma and the medical industry lets me down every time. And I can't do their big pharma stuff because I have every side effect in the book. So they've let me down. So I've had to research naturopathic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, homeopathy, Native American medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and then of course naturopathic medicine, quantum physics, energy healing. I got trained in many types of energy healing, and that was all part of my healer's journey of becoming a healer, but most of all becoming a spiritual counselor to the healers, because I'm not supposed to be doing a healing business at this time or anymore. What I'm supposed to be doing, instead of doing energy healing on people or health coaching, is I'm supposed to be counseling the people who are doing the energy healing and life coaching. And I'm supposed to be, if you go to my website, spiritualgrowthjourneys.com, I'm offering sessions to teach people how to set up a healing business. If they're already in a healing business and they have a lot of life issues, or they need healing, maybe they need to clear some stuff in their life. Maybe they just, need some counseling and support. Maybe they need to learn some more spiritual things for their business, or they need extra training for their business. I'm offering that now, 90 to 120 minute long sessions. So 90 minutes to 2 hour long sessions. It's $333 if you're somebody who wants to be a healer, or you already are a healer and you need my help. I've owned like 10 plus businesses in my lifetime. I've had some really successful businesses, and then I've had some businesses that weren't so successful because I wasn't meant to be in them. There's a lot of times I did a business, but I wasn't meant to do that. And didn't work so well. So, but I also worked for the Chamber of Commerce for many years, counseling business owners and working with not only small businesses, but also corporations, also politicians, everybody when I worked at the Chamber of Commerce. And that's something I did. I've been doing marketing consulting for small businesses for like 30 years or more. So I'm able to help with that. So if you're somebody like that, I can help you. But I'm just pointing out right now that there's many reasons why people get sick and have health issues. And for me, majority of my health issues have been part of my healer's path as becoming a healer, and also becoming a healer to healers, and walking in those shoes and all that. I've gone through all these kind of situations. So I wanted to know, I'm all about what is the root cause of the illness? What is the root cause of the illness? And the root cause of the illness for me this time, because I asked Yeshua today, I had a talk with him. I'm like, what the heck? You know, I just can't take this anymore. What is going on here? He basically said that this was happening to me to prepare my body for transfiguring to a crystalline body, because he said that I needed to now eat a really super holistic, 100% holistic diet. He said I'm not allowed to have any sugar anymore, zero processed sugar, cannot have it. So now I have to find another outlet for my emotional stuff going on in my life that I have to deal with every day, with family stuff. Also having both of my kids who have major health crises all the time, having to deal with that, and just the stress of everything in my life. I have to find another outlet, and I haven't decided what that's going to be just yet, but it can't be sugar. Because of the fact that it's now, that has aided and abetted in causing serious health complications for me. So so he basically said I'm not allowed to have sugar anymore. I can have fruit, but I cannot have bananas. I can have lots of berries, apples, melons, citrus, stuff like that. But I cannot, I can have mangoes, really high fiber fruits, just not bananas because they're too sugary. And I also have a hard time digesting bananas. I've never been able to actually really digest bananas. They just kind of sit in my stomach and make me sick. So, but I asked, can I have fruit? And he's like, yes, but I'm not allowed to have anything that has actual sugar in it, processed sugar. It's like poison. It causes inflammation in the body, causes diabetes. It causes your LDL, your bad cholesterol, LDL, to go sky high. It causes metabolic syndrome. It causes cancer. And if you already have cancer, it'll feed cancer. It just causes so many problems within the human body, just awful, awful problems. So I asked, him, is that the only, what is the main thing? And he basically said, we needed you to drastically change your diet, because you have to be prepared for your body to transform. He also said that everybody has to be doing this now. All the starseeds and light warriors need to prepare. So then I had asked him, after I was talking for a long time about just all my issues and family issues and just all kinds of issues, and then my mom, who passed away almost 20 years ago, she came in and wanted to talk to me. And she apologized to me and just a lot of stuff, but told me she was sorry for all the stuff I'm going through, and they watched me. My brother came in recently and said that it was really upsetting him to see me in so much pain all the time, and that he wished he could help me. But anyways, so when I was done asking about myself, I said, I don't know what, I do all these videos for you, Yeshua. That's what I said. It's not about me. This is about me being here to teach for you. What do you want me to teach everybody? And he said exactly what we were kind of discussing today. So he said, and he said also, haven't your followers been messaging you a lot lately saying, how do I prepare Kimberly? That you guys, so many of you have sent me text messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, email messages, texting on the phone, everywhere. I'm getting messages from people saying, how do I prepare for the event? How do I prepare for the event? So he wanted me to do this whole video focusing on helping you guys prepare for the event. But before I go over all of his notes from him, I want to also go back because I haven't done a video in a while. A few weeks ago, I got information that I was supposed to share with you, but I didn't do a video, so I didn't share it with you. Where people were asking about a lot of myself and just on social media about this multi-ringed spinning object that people have photographed, that NASA has photographed, that people are seeing with their naked eye, that looks like this thing they've described in the Bible that they call ophanemes or openemes or something like that, or oriphemes or ophanemes. I think they called it an ophaneme. I don't know. So I got a message like 2+ weeks ago that the multi-circular ring spinning object with the eyeball that was photographed by NASA, they actually photographed it, they're hiding it from everyone, but it got leaked on social media, and that wasn't an AI video, that was actual leaked NASA footage. This thing was mentioned in the Bible and described. He said it's not an oriphem. You can call it, he said it's not really called an ophanem either. He said it's actually a ship belonging to, and don't shoot the messenger, as they say, this isn't my information. He said this was a ship belonging to the Tyranian beings from Sirius A system. He said they are benevolent, and they appeared, the reason that they wrote about them in the Bible is because these things appeared on the earth here. They showed up here during biblical times and people were seeing them. So that's why they wrote about them. They weren't angels. A lot of people thought, oh, they're fallen angels, or oh, they're angels. No, angels don't look like a big spinning ball with an eyeball in the middle. This is like multiple spinning, like round, like things inside of each other with a big eyeball inside of it. Those are not angels. That's not what an angel looks like. I know what an angel looks like because my higher self is an angel and doesn't look anything like a big spinning thing with an eyeball in the middle. What it is that is a ship belonging to Tyranian beings from Sirius A. It's how they get around. It's their vehicle. You can even say it might be like their light body vehicle or something. It's basically the vehicle that they use to get around the universe in. They are benevolent. They are good. They are back here again. The reason that they're getting pictures of them and people are seeing them again like they did thousands of years ago in biblical times is because they're coming back to help with the ascension of this planet. He said they are here now to assist with the planet's ascension. That's what he said. So I just wanted to explain to you about that. Now, there is a thing called oriphem, an oriphem. Now, some people try to call that round thing an oriphem. No. An oriphem is actually a station. I talk a lot. I had a whole video I did. If you go through my channel, you will find a video that is all about the different stations and levels of angels. Oriphem is just one of the stations and levels of angelic beings. Just like seraphim, you got oriphem, you've got cherubim, and all the other ones that I created or talked, I created in a graph, like a flow chart. I know I created a flow chart somewhere. It might be in my Ascension 101 book. I haven't, believe it or not, I haven't picked up and read my Ascension 101 book in 6 or more years since I wrote it. I usually don't go back and read my books or watch my videos. I don't. Once I create something, I put it out into the world. I don't go back and review it again. So it just makes me feel weird to do that. So I think from what I remember, there might be a flow chart of that in there of when God split off and created 190,000 creator gods, and then created archangels, and then all the different levels of the angelic beings. And so you've got Orpheum, Cherubim, Seraphim, you've got Sentinel angels, you've got warrior angels, you've got, all these different types of angels. You've got the musical angels that are like the choir. There's just a lot of different like stations, and they're just jobs that they hold or positions that they hold. They don't see themselves as better than each other at all. Even the archangels don't see themselves better than or more important than the lower level angels, because they're not really lower level. It's just different jobs that they hold in the heavenly realm or in the universe. They have a specific position that they hold, that they were given, and that is, the title goes with that position. So, all right, so now we're going to go into Yeshua's message for all of you. And he said, greetings, brothers and sisters. He wants you to do the following thing for preparing. For all of you who've asked, how do I prepare for the event? And yes, the event is still happening. We are on the positive timeline. There's been a lot of timeline shifts lately. We are still on the positive timeline. We are going to all ascend, and it's going to happen very soon. And a lot of you might be physically and emotionally and mentally feeling like this anxiety, like this anticipatory anxiety that any day now this event or something's going to change or shift. And that's because we're getting closer and closer and closer to it. So here are what you need to do. This is what you need to do to prepare. And if you don't do this, you're not going to get left behind. You're not going to die necessarily. I say necessarily because some people might. I can't guarantee it. But you're not going to get left behind or anything like that. What's going to happen if you don't do all of these things I'm suggesting, and myself included, I have to do them now every day as well, then it will be, when the event happens, it will be harder for you mentally, emotionally, and physically. It will be harder for you. Okay, that's the only thing that will happen. So if you are some really lazy person who says, I don't want to do any of that stuff, or I only want to do this and this, but I don't want to do that, that's fine. It's your prerogative. It's your opinion. It's your beliefs, whatever you want to do. I don't give a flying hoochie coochie. I'm here to help the people who are ready to be helped. And if you're somebody who, I can tell you, don't turn right at that street, you're going to get lost. And then you want to turn right and get lost because you need to take the difficult route on your journey. That's what we call it, the difficult route, as opposed to the easier route. I try to teach you the easier route. But if you want the difficult school of hard knocks where you get your ass kicked regularly to learn lessons, hey, go for it. That's not on my channel, though, because my channel is going to be giving you bit by bit instruction on how to do it right the first time, not how to fuck up and do it over and over and over again till you're silly and crazy. So these are the things that you need to do. And myself, I have to do them too, okay? Every single day in order to ascend and have it not be a horrific experience for you. You want to have it be as easy as possible. You don't want to have a lot of pain, suffering, agony, whatever going through it. Clean diet, number 1. Get rid of all the effing processed sugar out of your diet now. Okay. He said I could have a cheat twice a month. He said twice a month I can eat a little bit of sugar. So I can have maybe a cookie twice a month, or I can have a little ice cream twice a month. That's it. 2 times in a month. Okay, two items, not like a whole bunch of things, not like have a whole day where you're eating sugar all day long. I'm just saying like 2 cookies or 2 scoops of ice cream in a whole month, okay? As a treat. Otherwise, no sugar, okay? Eat organic. Seed oils are bad. Fast food is bad. Processed meats, bad. I cut them all out. They're bad. Eating as much organic as you can. If you cannot afford it, that's okay. Make sure you clean off all your produce and everything with baking soda and vinegar, and or you can go to Trader Joe's and buy veggie cleaner that is organic veggie cleaner that you can clean all the pesticide residue off and all that kind of thing. And from what I hear, even the stuff that says it's organic is still GMO and all, or GMO and full of glyphosates, because apparently they spray the glyphosates all over the whole damn planet. Well, not really the whole planet, all over the whole US. They're banned over in Europe, but they spray them all over the US on everything. It doesn't matter if it says organic or not. They've actually done tests on organic produce and said it had like 800 times the amount of glyphosates or poisons or whatever that's healthy for you. I mean, it had just as much as the stuff that is non-organic. It's disgusting. Okay, so number 1, eat a clean diet. So the diet I've chosen to go on for my health issues right now is called the paleo diet. I've gotten rid of all what you call carbohydrates. So paleo means nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, lean meat, and sorry, I keep looking out the window because there's weird lights blinking outside my window, and I don't know what that is. That's going too slow to be a plane. I don't know what that is. It's creepy. There's a red blinking light in the sky. That might be a UFO. I'm not sure. Is that a UFO? I think it's a UFO. If it's not, it's a drone. It's one of the two. Okay. So paleo diet is extremely anti-inflammatory. If you have arthritis, autoimmune disease, Lyme disease, any kind of thing like that, do not eat any seed oils. They're the worst thing for you. The kind of oils that are healthy for you are coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil, specifically extra virgin olive oil, and avocado oils, and then butter, like grass-fed butter, grass-fed organic butter. Those are the only types of oils you should eat if you can eat them. There's some people who can only have avocado oil and olive oil because they have really high cholesterol. So if you have high cholesterol, butter is like more of a treat. You don't want to have that every day all the time. So, and then if you don't want to eat meat, you want to be a vegan or a vegetarian, great. All the power to you. My physical body cannot do that. Okay. I don't have anything against people who want to eat that way, but my physical body is not able to do that. You need to eat a diet that is best for your body. People will contact me all the time and say, is carnivore diet okay for ascending? And it's like, yeah, if your body can handle carnivore diet, it's whatever is best for your body. For my body right now, I'm being told to do the paleo diet, and the biggest thing that's best for everyone is no sugar. Okay, and that's for everyone, like everyone. Processed sugar was created by the cabal to rot our teeth, make us sick, give us inflammation, all of that kind of thing. What did they eat in biblical times? Honey. Yeah, they had honey and dates. You can use dates to sweeten things. You can use fig to sweeten things. You can use fruit, like actual fruit, to add into something to make it sweet. The processed sugar, really, really bad. Okay. All right. The next thing, meditate every day. And I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. Just pick a time and meditate. Now, if you could meditate a full hour, that would be most beneficial. But if you can't, even 5 minutes, if you're like, Kimberly, I work all day and I have a family and blah, 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 and I'm so stressed out, that's fine. Go meditate while you're in the shower. You can do it while you're in the shower. Turn on 432 hertz music. Close your eyes while you're showering. Shower with your eyes closed if you can, and just focus on the water flowing on you and that kind of thing. But you need to meditate. Why do you need to do that? Because you need to keep grounded and centered in case the event hits. Once the event hits, you're going to want to be as calm and peaceful as possible to make it less complicated and horrific for you, because the people who are total spazzes are going to have a hard time getting through the event. Okay, so, and I've been a spaz. Okay, I'm not pointing fingers or criticizing or judging anyone. I'm just saying, if you're all emotionally ramped up, where I've been there before, I'm a human. I've been a spaz at times. Okay, in my life, I'm not right now. I'm okay right now, but other than upset about my health situation, I'm upset about that. But Yeshua assured me I'm going to be fine, and I'm going to live a long life, and to basically ignore what the big pharma doctors are saying to me. So we'll see. The next thing is focus your mind on positive thoughts only. So instead of saying I am sick, you're going to say I am so grateful that I am healthy and whole, and my body heals quickly. Anytime anything is wrong, my body heals quickly. Okay, so that is going to be your chant from now on. I am so grateful, I'm healthy and whole, and my body is a fast healer, and my body heals quickly. All right, focus on positive thoughts instead of focusing on I don't have any money, I'm so broke. Say I am so grateful the universe provides for all my needs, and even the needs I don't even know that I have. Okay, the universe provides for all my needs. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I have everything I need always, and even the needs that I don't even know about yet are provided for me. Thank you, God. Thank you, Yeshua. Whatever you want to say. But that is what you do. So start writing down. Start noticing when you're thinking negative thoughts, worrying about stuff like, is China going to nuke us? Is there going to be a major war? Are they going to draft people to go to war in country named I? That kind of thing. The minute your brain goes there, you need to say stop, cut, slash, stop. I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent. And then say the opposite of whatever that thought was. Like, we are all safe and protected. I am safe and protected. Something like that. Okay. Everything is going to be well. All is well. You can say all is well. And then do what I taught you guys. I think in the last video, I thought I taught this to you, unless I'm imagining, and I don't know. My mind has been so inundated lately. I thought, or I was pretty sure that I taught you guys to take all your fears and stick them in a purple. I mean, just to remind you all, again, I know I mentioned this in some video. It might have been in my oh, you know what? It wasn't in my last video on this channel. It was in my last video, but it was when I was interviewed. So I gave everybody an idea of taking all of your worries and fears, sticking it into literally a violet flame bubble, and giving it over to God, and literally saying a prayer of, I give this over to you, God, to be transmuted, into love and light, or whatever. So that's what you can do. So number 1, clean diet. Number 2, meditate daily. Number 3, focus the mind on positive thoughts. Now I want to go backwards to the clean diet again. They're actually talking to me. They're telling me to remind people, no smoking, no drinking, no vaping even. In fact, they're finding out vaping actually causes even worse cancer and health issues than smoking does, believe it or not. Especially if you're somebody who happens to smoke like organic tobacco that doesn't have weird chemicals added in. But no smoking, no alcohol, not if you want to ascend. Now, if you're like, but Kimberly, I like my beer and my this and that, that's fine. Go ahead and have it. However, don't say I didn't warn you when the event happens and your body's not prepared, and either you are not able to transition to 5D, you'll just go to 4D because your physical body will die which is what will happen to a lot of people. People whose physical body vessel is not prepared to go to 5D cannot go to 5D because your body will die. You will die. So instead, you'll just be 4D. What is 4D? Well, you won't have your superpowers. You won't be crystalline. You'll be living here on Earth and you'll have the unity consciousness, but then you will have to do a lot of work on yourself to get yourself prepared to go to 5D. So you need, if you want to be 5D, 5D means prepare the vessel, okay, for it, which is why they gave me this huge health scare and they forced me onto this really psycho strict thing now that I am doing. So back to the list: clean diet, meditate daily, at least 5 minutes, focus your mind on positive thoughts. Number 3. Number 4 is pray for yourself and the collective who are ready to have a smooth transition to new earth. And this is the words of Yeshua, not my words. He said, pray for yourself and the collective who are ready to have a smooth transition to new earth. The reason why he said who are ready is because there are people who will not be staying here, okay? They will be going off to that other 3D world. So those people, we don't care what their transition is because they're not nice, okay? Like all the narcissists and stuff and the killers and the people who eat babies and all those sickos, you know, the PEDOSs, they're all leaving here. So we don't want them to have a smooth transition. In fact, I hope they get exactly what is coming to them. Whatever karma they've created for themselves, may they get it times 1,000 because of the heinous things that they've done. So pray for yourself and the collective who are ready to have a smooth transition to new earth. And just remember, a lot of you are going to yell at me and say, oh, you need to forgive everyone and be compassionate for everyone. Ooh, it's so nasty of you not to, or you're not a good Christian. Wrong. Yeshua has talked about this in my videos, and I think even Mikala's videos, that he said in the Bible, do not cast your pearls before swine. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you take off your necklace and you go to a farm and you give it to the pigs. You don't give your energy, your time, your forgiveness, your love, or your compassion to evil, vile people who are not worthy of it. If somebody keeps punching you in the face repeatedly and then you're compassionate towards them and then they punch you again, you're going to be like, what? Oh, yeah, why don't you just keep being compassionate to somebody or keep forgiving to somebody who hates you and wants to repeatedly punch you in the face over and over? No, you don't forgive people who have harmed children over and over and over and over again and eaten them too. They get zero forgiveness. They're pure evil. They have no compassion. They have no compassion for you. They would never forgive you. They would never be empathetic for you. They would never feel sorry for you. They would never love you. They don't have the ability to love anyone except themselves. They're full-on narcissists. You cannot have love and compassion for people who have no love, no compassion, are pure narcissists, and never will ever have the capacity to do that. You can't, okay? So this is what Yeshua himself said. The Bible has twisted everything because it's all about controlling people and, getting everybody to, do their rules. And they want you to forgive them and be compassionate for them because they want you to say, they're there, it's okay, keep continuing eating my children. Yeah, keep eating our children. Keep doing it. Oh, what a good boy you are. You didn't eat 5 children this week. You only ate 1 child. Keep doing it. Fuck no. Seriously. And yeah, I'm going to use that word. I'm going to get mad on that because no, I'm not going to give those creatures, those demons, because let's call a spade a spade. They were basically demons. I'm not going to give demons love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, or empathy. No. Who am I going to save those pearls for? I'm going to save those pearls for the people who are worthy. Those are other people who are loving, kind, compassionate, and forgiving. Okay? They all get my love, kindness, compassion, forgiveness. If you're my girlfriend and you don't come to my party or something and I get butthurt feelings or something like that, I'm going to forgive you because you're my friend whatever. But if you're some person who purposely chose to do whatever you did to me to hurt me because you wanted to hurt me because you're hateful, mean, unloving, I'm sorry, I'm not going to forgive you. Nope. Fuck no. Okay? Sorry. And yes, I'm going to use that word. Too bad to all you goody two-shoe people. Anyways. All right. Here we go. So number 1, clean diet, meditate daily. Oh, and by the way, at this point, I give no fucks about anything. Why? Because my life is shit. Yeah, that's right. My life is shit. So I'm in a place in my life where I give no more fucks anymore about anything. The only thing I care about is that I wake up in the morning and I'm still breathing and I say, thank you, God. I am so grateful. I'm alive and I'm still breathing. Beyond that, at this point, I'm done with everything. I'm just done. Okay. So clean diet, meditate daily, focus the mind on positive thoughts, pray for yourself and the collective who are ready to have a smooth transition to new earth. Listen to, this is the next one, listen to Yeshua's music that he created with Mikala. So if you go to my channel, I have a playlist. It's called Mikala's, I think it's like Mikala's channel, which is, I forgot the name of her channel, Christ Phoenix Rising. It might be called Mikala's playlist, or it's Christ Phoenix Rising Academy playlist, but she's got on there all of the songs that Yeshua actually created. He created these songs. So he wants you to go and listen to all of that heavenly music every day. It's mostly teachings. It's all actually teachings with words set to music that he created. And some of it is just music. It's all 432 hertz. All of it is 432 hertz. So it's going to lift your vibration. Okay. Let's see. So go to that list. You can also go to Christ Phoenix Rising Academy, which is Mikala and Yeshua's channel. That's his channel where she's, he's teaching through her. He wanted me to explain to you that yes, the music is AI. It is artificial intelligence, but he wanted me to explain to you that he created the music with the AI himself. He was able to override it. So now I'm going to be giving you guys a whole new teaching that he gave me for you guys. He said that the ascended beings, or the ETs and the beings who are in higher dimensions that are like 5D, 6D, 7D, especially the ascended masters that are like him, who are like 9th, 10th density consciousness, they are all able to control the artificial intelligence on this earth. They have total control over it. They can like take it over. They can manipulate it. They can create music. They can create teachings. They can create all kinds of things that they want to create. Why is that? So they can basically control anything that is in their frequency or lower than their frequency. And that is because they are the masters of frequency, which is what Yeshua was teaching you all when he was here on earth. We are all able to control and master anything in our current frequency and lower. We are able to control and master anything in our current frequency and lower. And so I said, well, can you control anything in higher frequencies than you're in? And he said, no. He said, you have to physically be in that frequency to control that higher frequency. And then you can control anything in lower frequencies beneath that. But you cannot, so if you're in, let's say, 7 density consciousness, you can't control things that are 12th density consciousness. But if you're in 12th density consciousness, you can control anything in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way on up to 12. Hopefully this makes sense. So, yeah, he said in order to manipulate or control a higher frequency, you would have to physically go to that frequency. You'd have to be in it. Let's see. So he said the event is coming soon. He said there are 3 negative timelines that are possibly playing out in the coming days. He said, do not be scared and do not be in fear. He said that scary events are coming and they're going to start up in the coming weeks. The month of April might be really bad. There's 3 different negative possible timelines. And he said, but the ascended beings and the angels and also the extraterrestrials will stop anything that would wipe out the world, wipe out most of the population, or destroy the planet in any way. So there won't be nukes allowed. There will not be any major devastation. There won't be any major like a tsunami that wipes out half the US or some stupid shit like that. They're not going to allow that. However, he said that what will happen is with these negative timelines, they will allow it up to a certain point to wake people up. They're going to allow the shit to play out to a certain point just to wake up a large have a mass awakening. They need a mass awakening to happen so that we can have the event. And so, and when I say the event, I'm talking about the Great Solar Flash or the purification event. So there's going to be some very scary things. And he said, do not go to a place of fear. Do not be afraid. Do not be scared. He said, nothing will happen to you or any of the light warriors or star seeds. We're going to be fine. We're going to be protected. They're not going to allow us to get wiped out. Okay, that's not going to happen. He said, no matter what you see on the news, no matter what they tell you, no matter what you read in social media, is you need to stay out of fear no matter what happens. He's also told me not to be on social media because everything on there is so negative. So I have not been reading the posts. I've been going in and checking my messages every day. And every now and then I will post something that I think is important, but I'm trying really hard right now because I have so much stress in my personal life. I'm trying really, really hard to not read through your posts on social media because my feed is just all negative stuff. It's all horrific. It's all people still getting unalived in the country that's spelled IRAN. We've, that is in there. Still more stuff with kids, still more stuff with the skies being poisoned, still more stuff with the pokies, finding nanotech in them, and this and that. And every single post is just negative. Okay. He said the dark timelines will play out long enough to create a mass awakening, but not long enough to put us into enslavement. He said we will not be put into the 15-minute cities. He said that will not be allowed. Or getting chips put in us, or being forced to take another hokey pokey, or being gassed, or being murdered, or unalived any way, shape, or form. Whether it's with bombs, whatever it is, he said that will not happen. Okay. He said anything that's going to kill a lot of people, they will not allow it, but they will allow it to look like that's going to happen. So you may see on the news, oh, we're going to war with such and such country and there's going to be nukes flying, and they may tell you that, but when the time comes, that won't happen. Okay. It's going to be more of a scare tactic to wake people up. Okay. The last part of this, he said he wanted me to tell you, is ground yourself daily and stay centered in your heart and in love, sisters and brothers. That's what he said. He said, sisters and brothers, ground yourself daily and stay centered in your heart and in love, in a place of love. And then he told me that I needed to have faith that I am healthy and everything is going to be all right. And then he was playing that song for me. So I'm going to play it for you guys right now. And it happens to be 9:33 when I looked at my phone. Can you believe that? So here we go. This is what he wants you guys to know and to understand and to focus on. Focus on this. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Rise up this morning. Smile with the rising sun. Three little birds, it's by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds, it's by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing. Worry about nothing more. Every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry. Singing, don't worry about a thing. I won't worry. Every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. I won't worry. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Okay, that was in 432 hertz, by the way. And you can look it up on YouTube. Just put in Bob Marley, Three Little Birds, 432 hertz. It's on the 432 hertz revolution YouTube channel. And then you can listen and raise your vibration. So you just got your vibe raised listening to that. So I want to go back through this list one more time just to make sure it's banged into your heads. If you want to have a 5D crystalline body, you must eat a clean diet, no smoking, no alcohol, none of that. You do that, it's going to be almost impossible for you to go crystalline, and it's going to be a really painful process, and you could possibly pass your body. So you need to meditate daily, focus the mind on positive thoughts, pray for yourself and the collective who are ready to have a smooth transition to new. Basically you're going to pray for everyone to have a smooth transition to the new earth. So that's the prayer, is you pray for yourself and everyone to have a smooth transition to the new earth. Listen to Yeshua's music that he recorded through Mikala on her YouTube, on his and her YouTube channel. I will have the link down below for you, but you can also go to my playlist for her, Mikala's playlist. Again, it might be called Christ Phoenix Rising or Mikala's playlist. Where did I say? What was the other thing? Ground yourself daily. I've talked about that hundreds of times in videos and posts, probably thousands of times, how to ground yourself. You can always Google it if you don't remember. Stay centered in your heart in a place of love. Whew. Okay. So, sorry to any of you guys if my attitude is upsetting you or anything like that, but I've been going through extreme amount of trauma and stress, dark night of the soul, spent a lot of time crying, and I'm literally at a point right now where, yeah, I don't have any fucks to give. Sorry. I just don't. I'm up to here with the bullshit of planet Earth. I really am. I've had it. So I will do my best to keep trying to deliver messages to you guys from Yeshua, or teach you whatever he tells me to teach. I do this work for him. I made this agreement with him that I was going to come down and help you out. I enjoy helping you all. That is one thing that does lift me up. It lifts my vibration. It makes me feel really happy and joyful to be of service to humanity. Every time I open a door for an old lady, anytime I donate money, anytime I donate food to the homeless shelter, anytime I do anything, or I donate clothes, or I help a injured dog or bird or something like that, anytime I do anything like that, it lifts me up, lifts my vibration up, and it makes me feel really, really happy in my heart space and full of joy to be able to do that. So I'm here to teach on behalf of Yeshua, but I'm also here to serve the collective. And I was going to literally stop making any videos just because I've been just a basket case with my own personal stuff. And what Yeshua told me is, he told me that actually continuing the videos is more therapeutic and better for me, because it gets my attention off of my problems and puts it onto something where I'm helping the collective. And so for all of you, I'm going to tell you the same thing. If your life is shitty, take your attention and put it on something that's worthwhile. It could be weaving baskets. It could be doing art. It could be teaching music. It could be learning how to sing opera, whatever it is you want to do, going and playing a sport, volunteering at a soup kitchen, whatever. Put your focus and attention on something other than your own life's shit, your own train wreck, your own problems. Get out of being fully focused on the train wreck and focus on something else outside. Okay. And so in my case, continuing to do videos and also counseling people, counseling healers, which fills me up inside. It makes me feel really joyful when I'm able to help you guys with your lives and your health and your spirituality and everything. If you're, when you come to me. So if you do want one of those sessions, you can contact me through my website, spiritualgrowthjourneys.com, and just say, you can either say, I want to be a healer and I need help getting clearer and I need help figuring out exactly what to do and how to start a healing business. Or you can say, I'm already a healer and I just need some support, some counseling, some guidance, whatever, somebody to hold space for you, whatever it is you need. Just send me that message, because that helps me to focus on something other than my own crap that I'm going through. And hopefully I'll be able to help you to make your situation better. I have people I can go to that are helping and guiding me to make my situation better. And so I like being able to turn around and do the same. It's like pass to the next one and the next one. It's kind of like when you pay it forward, you go to pull up at the Starbucks or wherever. Hopefully you're not going to Starbucks because that stuff's poison, most likely. But, coffee, your local coffee shop, and you pay for the person behind you in line, or maybe you pay for groceries at the grocery store for the little old lady behind you in line. I figure, if I help you to be successful in your life, you can turn around and you can help others and they can help others, and we can keep passing it along forward and forward and forward. So thank you all for your love and your support of this channel. If you want to donate to this channel, there are links below to do that. There's Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal.me. The Buy Me a Coffees, I think it's $5 a coffee. If you want to donate to this channel, it helps me pay for some of my costs of doing the work that I do. And I just think everybody who's been already donating to me to help me out, I just love you so much, and I am beyond grateful for you. And I'm just hoping I'll get to meet all you guys in the future and give you huge hugs of gratitude and love. So take care of yourselves. I'm sending you all virtual hugs for now, and I'll see you on the next video.